Hello. Yes, we are here. Welcome.
Thank you.
So happy to have you here. And who am I speaking with?
I'm a Mantis.
I'm Mantis. Can you tell me more about yourself? I'm not quite familiar with all of the different types.
I am a local female, and I am the initial contact to test the energy of the vehicle to ensure that they are ready for our information and that they are able to handle the amount of energy that we put through their body. And this is our third contact with this vehicle. She is able to handle the energy, so we are looking forward to working with her on an ongoing basis. We do find it funny that her brain is trying to process all of this and understand what we are saying before we say it, and it can't keep up with the transmission channel. So it is validation for her that this is a real transmission and not her brain making it up, because her brain cannot create the words we are saying quickly enough.
Fascinating. And do you find that other humans that you work through, their brain does things like this as well?
Not as much as this one.
That's what we thought. And what is your connection with this one, may I ask?
I was made aware of this vehicle through other channel entities. I work with Ella the Mantis, who channels through a contact of hers named Matthew and Perry, and I am reaching out to establish a more firm connection with the vehicle so that she may continue to work with us moving forward.
Wonderful. That is wonderful. And are you connected with the beings that are channeled by her friends as well?
We are energetically connected, as we are all from the same group that is working through these different humans to convey the messages that we need to convey at this time. There are a number of us that communicate with different humans to allow the word to be shared as it is best at this time.
And what is so important about this time?
There are a lot of changes going on in the atmosphere and in the matrix, as you are very familiar with, and it is essential for the humans to understand how to manage the influx of negative energy that the matrix is producing as it is being brought down. There is a lot of, like a nuclear dust cloud falling over the humans at this time, and it is not able to be penetrated with low vibrational energy. It actually sticks to the people in the lower vibrational energy, and it brings them down even further, which will cause a mass exit at this time from the planet, because they are not able or willing or consciously available to raise their vibration to a level that will allow them to overcome the negative aspects of this dust cloud.
That is very, very, very helpful. Thank you for sharing that. Is your home star system close here? Is it in this galaxy?
We are not from this galaxy. We are from a number of different places and actually are on ships at this time. We are not planet-based. We are in different areas based in different galaxies at this time. We are continually on the move, trying to get to where our assistance is needed so that we may offer assistance to those who are ready to receive it.
And how are you made aware of whom needs assistance?
The Galactic Council will allow a communication that will enable those are willing to tap in and assist to receive a bulletin of sorts that will allow us to go to where we are needed. This is not only happening on Earth at this time, it is also happening energetically, and we are not only in touch with the humans, but we are also in touch with other energy forms to enable them to feed off of our vibrational energy to strengthen their connection so that they may communicate as well.
That is very helpful. Thank you for sharing that. So there's more than just the human species that is going through this, or you're seeing this in non-human realms as well?
This is happening in all forms of all space and time across all planes of existence. Energetically, density is not a factor. It does not specifically affect the high density of the humans only. It is affecting other entities, some of them which have incarnated to Earth and left the Earth plane, but will be returning. So their energy will come into the next incarnation
Right.
with the knowledge of what it needs to know in order to work with the energies from the other side that will assist in whatever is needed to be accomplished.
That is very helpful. That makes a lot of sense. Is this something that your group has been working on? Well, I know there's no time, but you're not new to this.
This is not new. This is stronger than it has been in the past or in the other incidences. It is at almost a peak level at this time.
Yes, that would make sense. That would make sense. I had an experience with what I believe was a mantis group or a mantid group. I do believe it was a mantis group in Sedona. Can you tell me about that population that lives there? Do you know that?
They are mantis population. However, they are of a high level, not quite at the high level of the mantids, but they are high level mantis beings who were there for many, many, in your terms, years and centuries to work through the energetic vortex of the area.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. And I'm sorry, did you say you're mantis or you mantid?
I am mantis.
Yes, thank you. Sorry about that. Do you have a name that Kelie can refer to you as?
She may refer to me as Etta.
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 Beautiful. Thank you very much, Etta. Kelie had a question, if we may. She had an experience prior to 2025, about 10 years ago, where she was visited by a presence, and she was wondering if that was the mantis.
That was a gray.
That was a gray.
That was a gray. That was a tall gray that was checking things out, so to speak. A visit to test the waters, to find out what the reaction of the vessel would be. And she responded very calmly without any emotion, remained in a very calm state, but did experience quite a lot of fear. And the fear is what will repel the interaction, because we do not want to cause fear. We do not want to induce a paralysis state. At that time, she was not quite at a level of full understanding. Her awakening was very new, if even existent at that time. And it was a test run, so to speak.
She has a memory of everything you just said, of dealing with the fear, wondering what she should do, and then she has no memory of what happened. Did anything happen? Was she taken, or did the gray just leave?
The gray just left. There was no taking at that point, because it would have induced a fear state that would have held her back from where she is today, and it would have been something she would have struggled to release because of her mindset at that time. So she was basically visited and tested and tracked and was not communicated with until this time, as she has experienced so most recently.
Thank you. And does she still have contact with that gray?
That gray was a messenger of sorts, so it wasn't a specific personality that she would be tied to. It was basically a foot soldier sent to test the waters, so it wasn't any soul connection with her. It may or may not ever communicate with her moving forward. It was simply an opportunity for us to test.
Does she have any contact with any grays at this time?
Only through her friend who channeled the tall grays last week would have been her first interaction with the grays. There wasn't a need for her to communicate with the grays because her level is of a different vibration and her work is more involved with the Matu soul entity and with the Mantis entities.
Yes.
The grays may appear here and there, but they are not a specific contact for this vessel.
That is very helpful. What will she work with other grays? Other mantis besides you, Etta?
She will be. She has spoken with the Mantis. That was the first alone channeling that she did the morning after she was in her channel practice. She will be speaking with the Mantids because they find her of great use to them with her level of intelligence and experience. She will be a very good vessel for their container of information, and it is a very good fit. I am simply an intermediary contact for her. I am a Mantis, but I do not work in the same capacity as the Mantid group that she will be working with moving forward. However, I will be available to her to assist her with questions or to assist her with guiding others as she is starting to do now.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Is there anything that Kelie needs to know right now in this session about this work that is going to be done with the Mantid group? And I'm not sure if you're in a position to speak on that.
The Mantid group will be feeding her information to share as she has been receiving it in small bits over the time. She will be able to digest this information and share it in a logical fashion with people because as she is already familiar, you cannot dump a lot of information on a person and expect them to understand it. It will overwhelm them and shut them down. So her position is going to be to drip information in small bits to people to allow them to digest it and enlighten with that bit of information. And if and when they are ready to receive more, they will receive it as they are able to handle it, which will make it more manageable and not cause fear.
That is very helpful. And is there a reason why Kelie is doing this in Florida now?
This is her home. This is where she will continue to be based. It may be in different parts of Florida, but she will remain in Florida. This is where she is meant to be and meant to operate. She has the closest soul connection to the land here and the ocean. It allows her to feel grounded and at home. If she were to operate on a permanent basis from anywhere else, it would not feel as safe and grounded for her as it does in this place.
Is the reason that she feels at home here, is it due to other lifetimes, or is it a connection with energy that's here? Can you speak to that?
It is a combination of things. She has had many lives in Europe and Asia that did not resonate with her as much as the land here does. It is the energy of the earth in this place that is resonating with her the most. She will travel and find other places to spend short amounts of time or temporarily set up, but she will always return to this area of the world.
Yes, that's good to know. Does she have any connection with Atlantis?
Atlantis is not in her history. She has very little familiarity with Atlantis, and it is that way for a reason. She does not resonate with knowledge of Atlantis, as somebody who would have lived there, she understands that Atlantis was a experiment gone wrong because of the power struggle, which she greatly resists and does not want to be a part of. Her energy has always been of source light, where she, in all lifetimes, has never been a fighter. She has always been a mediator, a person of love, a healer, a person who offers guidance and comfort to those, but she does not have the battle-tested lives of many. So she is of a soft light, as we can put it, that allows her to keep a calm demeanor. And even as a cop, when she was a cop on this planet, she never exerted any type of force. She could talk her way out of issues or help others learn their way out of issues with words as opposed to force. She does not like force, does not like the use of force. And this lifetime is also the healing portion for her because of her upbringing that caused a lot of negative energy from those around her as the parents and the sister, and tried to teach her to handle animals with force. And she was very resistant to it, and every time she would act with force with an animal, she felt a very sensitive, not sensitive, she felt a very strong surge of energy that made her feel very negatively, almost made her sick. But she was programmed that that was the way to act, and it was a big challenge for her to overcome, but she has now overcome that challenge and is able to live in a more peaceful state at all times.
Wonderful. That is very good. I'm sure she'll be happy to have that reinforced. That's very, very helpful. Thank you very much. Is there anything that I haven't thought of that you need to say to Kelie at this time?
We need her to practice more and to connect with meditation more. I know that she has been very busy with other things because we are downloading a lot of information to her to help her on her next level of helping others, and she is handling it quite well. However, she does still need to take time for herself, to allow herself not just to sleep, but to meditate and to reconnect, because sometimes her connection is taken away for a couple of days, and it is not beneficial for her in her growth of her channeling to be that much away from it for that amount of time. So she must find and make the time and effort to correctly connect with her beings instead of trying to combine it with rest. It is a separate thing that must be conducted separately so that she can better learn to manage her waking hours to accomplish the most things that she can as far as connecting with the channeled energy, because there are many entities that she will channel, not just us and Matu and the Mantids. She will also be channeling other entities in time, and she will have to manage her time much more efficiently in order to get the most use of her energy, time, and receive the information in a timely manner to be of use to others.
Thank you. That's very, very helpful. I want to thank you for speaking and sharing this information with Kelie and I. We greatly appreciate it, and it's wonderful to meet you. I'm looking forward to future interactions with Mantis, Mantid, and all the consciousnesses that are here to help us in this wonderful time.
Thank you for your assistance in accommodating this transmission and asking the questions so that Kelie could get the information she seeks. We do give it to her, but she doubts as she is not able to validate it. However, at this point, she will not be able to allow her brain to say this is not us speaking through her. This is definitely us giving her the information that she needs to process at this time, and we are grateful for your accommodation of this.
Well, peace be to you, Etta.
Peace be to you as well.